Before time counted itself in days and nights, before kings wore crowns of iron and gold, there was a time when the world itself sang. The rivers hummed to the stones. The trees whispered secrets to the stars. The winds carried lullabies across the endless plains. Hello, welcome to African Folktales by Patra. Please don't forget to subscribe for more interesting stories. In those days, music was not something learned, it was something born. Every creature, every leaf, every ripple on the ocean's face had its own melody, woven by unseen hands. And among mortals, there were a chosen few, rare and precious, who could hear the music of the world not with their ears, but with their hearts. They were the soul singers, the children of first melody, destined to heal, to lead, and sometimes, to break. In the green heart of Africa, where the rivers danced and the forests breathed, there existed a kingdom of dazzling splendor, Calabar, where the greatest soul singer of all was born. Her name was Adam. Her voice was a bridge between heaven and earth. Her song kept the shadows at bay. And though the people sang her praises and built temples in her honor, they forgot the oldest truth. Gifts such as hers always come at a price. This is the story of how Calabar's brightest star lost her song, and how her silence saved them all. In a time when the world was younger and the spirits walked openly among mortals, there was a kingdom cradled between rivers and forest. Calabar, land of endless green and ancient magic. In Calabar, every breath of the wind told a story. The rivers sang lullabies to the mountains. Even the trees murmured secrets when no one was looking. It was said that in Calabar music was life, and none embodied that truth more than Princess Adam, daughter of King Ifana and Queen Ima. Adam was no ordinary princess. From the moment she was born, the midwives gasped, not because of her beauty, which was undeniable, but because the room filled with a strange, golden hum as she took her first breath. The drums of the earth seemed to beat in tune with her tiny heartbeat. The village elders declared, "She is touched by the Ikobasi, the gods themselves." As Adam grew, so too did the wonder around her. Her laughter caused flowers to bloom overnight. Her hum could coax stubborn rain clouds to weep or dance away. Her lullabies healed the fevered and soothed the fiercest warriors. Her songs were woven into every part of life. Harvest celebrations, births, marriages, even funerals. It was said, "As long as Adana sings, Calabar will never fall." Yet, hidden in the shadows of prosperity, envy took root. For where light shines brightest, the darkness hungers more deeply. It began subtly, a crack in a sacred statue, an unnatural chill on a summer night, the cry of a child heard from deep within the ancient groves. The high priestess of Calabar, old and blind but sharp as thornwood, warned the king. "Your daughter's gift has drawn the eye of something ancient. Protect her, or all shall be lost." But mortals, even kings, are slow to hear the warnings of the old. Then came the night of the black heron, a bird so rare and cursed that its very presence foretold catastrophe. Under a sky strangled by heavy clouds, the heron circled the palace thrice, its cry like a blade scraping stone. By morning, Adam's melody was gone, and Calabar's fate was sealed. Adam woke with the first touch of dawn. Normally, she would greet the day by singing to the rising sun, a tradition that filled the kingdom with hope. Servants would pause, farmers would lift their heads, even the wild animals would hush to listen. But on this day, when Adam parted her lips, nothing came out. Panic clawed at her chest. She tried again, harder, until her throat burned, but still, silence. Word spread like wildfire. Within hours, the entire palace knew. Within a day, so did the kingdom. The river slowed. The birds fell silent. Even the great market square, usually alive with drums and laughter, became a place of hollow echoes. The king summoned the priests, the diviners, the medicine men. They burned herbs, they danced, they wept, but no cure could be found. Worse, the earth itself seemed to recoil. Crops withered. The cattle grew sickly. A plague of red-eyed locusts devoured the maize fields in a single night. The people, once devoted, now looked to the palace with suspicion. Murmurs grew. The gods are angry. The princess is cursed. She must be banished. Despair thickened over Calabar like an unending night. And Adam, once the heart of the land, became a prisoner in her own home. On the seventh night after the loss of her voice, Adam sat beneath the great Irako tree, where she had sung as a child. She stared at the stars, tears sliding silently down her cheeks. From the shadows stepped a figure, a woman cloaked in deep indigo, face hidden but her voice rich and commanding. "Why do you weep, child of melody?" she asked. Adam, startled but not fearful, whispered hoarsely, "I have lost my song. Without it, I am nothing." The woman crouched before her, dark hands tracing symbols in the dirt. No song is truly lost. It is stolen. Trapped. Hidden where sorrow grows wild. Where? Adam croaked desperately. The woman leaned close. Her breath smelled of rain and ancient woods. Beyond the river of bones lies the forbidden grove. There, the keeper of echoes holds captive the melodies stolen from the world. But be warned, every song reclaimed demands a sacrifice. Greater than you can imagine. Before Adam could question her further, the woman pressed a black feather into her palm, and vanished, leaving only the faint smell of smoke and the sound of drums on the wind. Against her father's wishes, Adam slipped away before dawn. She wore the simple robes of a commoner and carried only a pouch of sacred salt, a dagger carved from crocodile bone, a calabash filled with blessed river water. Her first trial was the River of Bones, a stretch of black water choked with the skeletons of those who dared cross it and failed. The villagers said that ghosts prowled its banks, desperate to drag the living into their watery graves. Adam approached at midnight. The river stank of decay. Hands, some skeletal, some fleshly, rose from the waters, beckoning. Clutching the calabash to her chest, Adam sang not with her voice, but with her soul. She remembered her mother's lullabies, the drums of her childhood, the heartbeat of her people. Miraculously the river parted. The bones shifted, creating a narrow, treacherous path. She crossed without looking down. The forbidden grove was worse than she imagined, a place where time twisted and nature rebelled. Trees bled sap as dark as ink. Stones wept tears of blood. No birds sang. No insects buzzed. Worse still, there were voices, faint, mocking, calling her name from every direction. At the grove's center stood a towering mirror framed by silver vines, the mirror of echoes. Before it, cloaked in mist, waited the keeper. The keeper was ancient beyond imagining. His body was formed of shifting shadows, his eyes two burning coals. "You seek your melody," he hissed. Adam nodded. "What will you give for it?" He gestured to the mirror. Within it, Adam saw herself singing, her voice radiant, powerful. Around her, calabar blossomed back to life. Hope surged in her heart. "Your choice," the keeper whispered, "is thus. Give me your memories, or your voice forever. One you may keep, the other you must lose." Adam staggered under the weight of it. How could she choose between herself and her gift? Then, through the mist, she remembered the indigo woman's warning. Every song demands a sacrifice. Trembling, she offered a third sacrifice, her name. "Take my name," she whispered. "Let me be forgotten. Let Calabar live." The keeper's laughter was a sound of crumbling mountains and dying stars. "Brave child," he said. "It is done." The mirror shattered, sending shards of singing light into the sky. A wave of sound slammed into Adana, filling her with music, with life. When she opened her mouth, her voice poured out, richer and deeper than ever before. But when she tried to speak her name, there was nothing. Adam returned to Calabar. She sang in the market squares, by the riverbanks, under the trees. Wherever she sang, the world healed. Crops sprang up overnight. Sick children danced again. The river overflowed with fat fish. The people rejoiced. The king and queen, too, felt their spirits lift. But when they saw the girl with the golden voice, they only smiled politely, not recognizing their own blood. They had forgotten her, completely. Adam remained among them, a nameless minstrel, weaving her soul into the heartbeat of Calabar. And at night, she would sometimes weep, but never loudly, for even in her sorrow, her voice could still heal. Some songs are born of joy. Some are born of sorrow. And some are born of sacrifice too great for words. In the land of Calabar, to this day, they say that if you walk by the river at dusk, you might hear the song of a nameless girl, weaving golden melodies into the sunset. A girl whose song saved a kingdom, and whose name is written only in the heart of the world. Many years later, long after the great harvest had returned and Calabar had become a land of prosperity once more, a little girl named Naya sat by the river Atu, swinging her bare feet over the water. She was no older than 7, a curious child with wild curls and a stubborn gleam in her eye. Every evening, she came to listen to the music that floated on the breeze, the voice of the nameless singer who, though unseen, filled the air with melodies sweeter than honey, sadder than rain. Most children heard the songs and danced without thought. Most elders nodded in gratitude and went on with their lives. But not Naya. She listened deeper. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the river in gold and fire, Naya heard something more, a faint whisper hidden inside the song. It was so soft she almost missed it. Leaning closer to the water, she heard it again, a name barely more than a breath. Adam? Her heart quickened. She repeated it aloud, shyly at first, then louder. Adam. Adam. The trees seemed to sigh in relief. The river shimmered with joy. For the first time in countless years, the spirit of the nameless singer smiled. Somewhere in the unseen corners of the world, Adam's true name stirred the earth, awakened the stars, and was etched into the roots of Calabar once again. Not as a princess, not even as a singer, but as a legend eternal. And whenever Naya sang the name by the river, the melodies grew stronger, more brilliant, as if two voices now wove together in the dusk. One of a girl and one of a princess who gave up everything for her people. Names can be forgotten by the mind, but never by the soul. Don't forget to subscribe.